Welcome everybody, welcome to my channel Pegasus, it's time to fly. First of all, Happy New Year. These have been pre-recorded towards the end of 2021, but I'm going to be publishing them just for the new year so that people can really have a close look at what we have coming in for all of us. So before I get to our 2022 and begin, I just wanted to say a couple of things. I think ultimately 2021 has been a year of highs and lows. I mean, speaking personally, it's been a year full of love, full of fun, forming new relationships. And it's been a year of endings and different transformation and that kind of thing. And I think there's been this real collective energy for all of us that coming on the back of 2020, we started January 2021 with we went into a lockdown and there was just this feeling of disconnection. I'm going to be probably mentioning some of that in the readings as we go forward. But I think that disconnection for me is probably a word that might describe how a lot of us have been feeling in this 2021 year. This year has been what we call from numerology a 5 year. Fives can be very challenging, and I have mentioned some of this on some of my posts. So fives can be this idea of climbing the mountain and having things fall in our pathway to make things that little bit more difficult, or to help us learn and grow, which ultimately is what any transformation is seeking for us to do. It has been a bit of a strange one in terms of this disconnection, because I think we started the year where lots of people were working from home, and of course we've now gone back into that towards the end of this year as we close. So there was this feeling of disconnection, and then coming out of it and this idea of unity, celebrations and love, and trying to get back to what we were considering as normal life for all of us, I suppose. And then quickly we fell into that sense of normality again, and now we're being sort of pulled back into this idea of distance. I just sort of wanted to mention that and mention the energy of that, and that, for some it has been a really difficult year. There have been some amazing things that have occurred this year, and sometimes it's good for us to remember that light with that shade as well. And so much hope for us all moving forward as we enter into this new year, which is actually a 6. So what does 6s mean for us then? Well, for me personally, 6 is coming out of a 5. It's this idea of hope and this sense of building something back up that maybe fell away. We're building this stronger, new foundation. And 6s are really prosperous years for love and relationships, any type of relationship. They seek to find calm after the storm of the 5 and present us with more harmonious, cooperative components, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So, I will see you in the readings. Thank you. Welcome, Taurus. I'm going to be doing your 2022 reading today. I'm very excited about doing that for you. Hope you've had a good year and a nice Christmas, and I'm excited about starting this next chapter of your life. I'm going to read a channeled message that Spirit have done for every single astrological sign before I do their reading. I'm then going to use my angel answer cards, and I want you to ask a question. Now, we're going to do that before we do the whole 12 months reading. I want you to stop, think about the question, and ask something that you'd like to know that was really regarding the last year that we've just had for 2021. So it can give us some closure or some guidance or some information about moving into this next year. So you might want to think about that while I go through some of your channeled messages. And then I'm going to pick 12 tarot cards for each month of next year. And I'm going to use some of my soul angel cards as well, just so that we can give you some ideas about what would be really good energies for each month for maybe you to think about encompassing. It might be really something worthwhile for you to think about those energies, and they might help you in some way in that month. So I hope so. So if I get to, I'm going to drink coffee as well while I'm doing this. I'm going to get to your first channeled message then, Taurus. So the theme for 2022 for you, they have told me, is love. But this is this love for yourself as well as others. So we're going to be really looking at some self-esteem issues, I think, for you going forward. This year is going to be asking you to speak your truth and be prepared to hear that same honesty back in return from the other people in your life. But be open to that honesty. And even, you know, give that a really amazing room for that truth to be told, for those people to be able to speak to you. So this is telling us to be a bit more open so that people feel that they can tell us the things we need to hear, right? So it's saying here, to mask our truth, thoughts, feelings and intentions will be virtually impossible for you this year. So be careful with this as well, because that means that we shouldn't be hiding stuff from ourselves anyway, because if we lie to ourselves, that's always one of the biggest tragedies any of us can do. And we've all met people that have done that, and we've probably been in love with people that have done that, or we've had relationships with people that have. And, you know, these truths end up coming out anyway. So a good start for you is going to be to be open and be very, very reciprocate. Sorry, I can't get my words out. Going on. To mask our true thoughts, feelings and intentions is going to be virtually impossible this year, Taurus. And they're saying that to hide these truths from yourself would be your biggest tragedy. So they really want you to be open. Spirit's specific message to you is you reap what you sow. So let's plant well and wait for an abundant harvest. Well, that sounds good. That sounds like an interesting year, Taurus. It really does. Okay, so I'm going to do this question now that I spoke about at the start of the video. So you might want, oh, you've got an answer already. You might want to pause the video while you think about what this is regarding, what this card is going to tell you and what it's going to be about. And so then you can have a bit of insight into something maybe from 2021 that you need to be aware of. It says remain positive. So either you were asking for something in specific and it's telling you to have faith, or it's answered you in a way that something hasn't worked out for you, and it really means that you're guiding your energy right now. The more positive you can be, Taurus, the better your outcomes are going to be. Right, so I have done a major pre-shuffle of these cards as well. But some people like to see a bit of a shuffle on camera. And I do take jumpers, as I always say. So January is Page of Cups. February is Nine of Swords. What else can you tell us for March? What can you tell our Taurus friends about March? Okay, we've got the Seven of Wands in reverse. Whoop. Okay. March, April, we've got the Judgment card. May, Page of Swords. And June, the Ace of Pentacle in reverse. Okay, July, Six of Swords. Okay. Whoop. August, the Fool card in reverse. September, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The going mad, Taurus. They're going mad. Okay. October, Page of Pentacles. Ooh. Gosh, they're going all over the place. Is your energy all over the place? They're saying. Are you not very grounded right now? Okay. Ten of Swords in reverse for November, and this card just is peeking at me. It wants me to take it for December. Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. I am actually seeing quite a lot of cards and getting quite a lot of energy about love for you, Taurus. And we said that there was this idea of speaking our truth. There's quite a bit of sword energy in here as well. So that's air sign energy, Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. And that's about mindsets and thought processes. It can also be about speaking up what's going on in your head and speaking your truth. And we have just mentioned that. Okay, the bottom of the deck for the overall year is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like balance is going to be huge for you. Yeah, really huge. Perhaps the balance has been difficult leading up to this. We talked about fives. The 2021 was a 5 year, and we talked about challenges that year wanted to bring us or bring you. And I think you have been challenged, and I think you felt a little bit all over the place. The cards were jumping out all over the place. Then one jumped on the floor. So it's like, I don't know, in the nicest possible way, is this need for you to get your shit together. That's what I feel has been the case here for you. So let's crack on to January. Page of Cups. This Page of Cups, it feels like you've been offered some sort of loving energy, or something is coming into play in January for you. There's lots of blue in this card, in this page, this particular deck. And that feels like your throat chakra, which is the colour blue. This idea again of not hiding the truth from yourself or from anybody else. Have you been concealing things, Taurus? Have you been not communicating these truths? This is why you're coming into this year. Maybe this is why you need to. Maybe there's been a real need for that in your life. Sorry, just had to take a sip of coffee. Maybe the people around you are saying to you, you know, you're not communicating, you're not opening up, you're not telling us things, you're not talking to us. This is the energy I'm getting for you. Perhaps there's love that wants to come into your life, but you've not been open to it until now. Maybe with this idea of communication, you're deciding that, you know, moving forward, I need to do things differently. Maybe I need to let this person or these people into my life. In the background, there's sort of these troubled waters. And this character's got her back to these troubled waters. So it feels like maybe you've turned your back on something that had caused a lot of pain for you. A lot of difficulty. But it feels like you're not quite put that behind you yet. You're still in that little bit of that energy in January. There's a little fish in that cup though, and it's like this younger, light-hearted energy. Maybe something is coming into your life that is going to bring new energy. Okay, you've got the Angel card of Adventure. Pages are normally younger energies. They're the youngest energy of all the court cards. They're the most inexperienced of all the court cards as well. So maybe you're going on these adventures and you're doing it like a child would. So you're not looking for the danger, you're just blindly leaping into something because you really, really want this change in January. So it feels like changes will come into January for you. Okay, in February we have the Nine of Swords. This can be the card of sleepless nights, worrying about a specific situation, overthinking. I talked about these air signs. Again, these cards are like throwing themselves out. Perhaps your mindset is just leaping from one decision to another, one idea to another. Your Two of Pentacles in reverse for your overall energy for the year. Is this really needing to come into your own balance? Needing to get better at things? Needing to be more realistic about your life? You have the card of Angel of Integrity. It says, make this word an integral part of you. Integrity is one of those qualities that we all want to see in people around us. And we should be looking to find that within ourselves. February is asking you to act with integrity, Taurus. Coming from the right place. These sleepless nights could be because you have made bad decisions, you haven't communicated in the right way. It's asking you to rethink those decisions, rethink the way you verbalize things. Think twice about how you treat the people in your life. It really wants you to look at that in the month of February. In March, we have the Seven of Wands. So, the Seven of Wands in reverse is maybe in this March time, as a result of these new thought processes, you're coming into a slightly calmer time. You're coming into a time where there's not so much need to battle. There's not so much need to... What's the word they're giving me? Self-doubt. You need to doubt yourself less at this time in March. Sevens are ultimately, within numerology, about success and victory. This person feels like perhaps they've been working really hard. It's a fire energy. So if this was a scenario or person, it's definitely in a fire energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And maybe you felt like you've been really working through some stuff, working through some energies, and it's been a bit of a long road. It feels like you're not quite there yet. The victory could be in sight if you act with these new ideas of integrity and change and adventure. See things through a different lens. So it's asking you to... Yeah, and because this is March, your next card of April is Judgment. And this Judgment card is very much about opening yourself up, awakening, evolving. Not needing to be in a fighting energy anymore. Not needing to feel that you need to win everything. Feels like maybe you've been really hard on yourself and other people in your life. And you've made everything, a meal of everything, they're saying. Have you been making a meal of things? Taurus, have you been going the long route to get to where you want to be? So March and April together are, I'm going to read them together because I'm being guided to. You're going to have very similar energies within this 2-month period that you're going to carry forward. And you're going to be looking at things in your life that have been difficult. You're going to be looking at new ways of viewing them, new attitudes. And this is something that's fated to happen, whatever goes on in these 2 months. There's going to be a lesson. You're going to understand the lesson. You're not going to be angry. You're not going to be upset from it. You're going to thank the lesson. Because it's going to be in your best possible, highest outcome. Angel cards. Can I have 2 angel cards for the months of March and April? Something doesn't want to come out of the cards. They normally jump like crazy. I did in the start of your reading. Maybe your energy is slowing down now. Maybe you're less erratic. You've got the card of Faith. Faith can really perform miracles if you see it. So this is a more light-hearted energy. This is about understanding yourself more, realising how positive the right communication can be. And this can be your inner communication. Maybe you're speaking to yourself in a much more positive way now. Okay, next to that card you have the family card. Your angel is at the head of your family. You're being guided by angels at this time. And this judgment card is this divinely guided angel looking over everything you do. Perhaps there's been some... They're saying to me maybe there's been some codependent behaviour within relationships. And maybe it's time to assess who you are in relationships. And that can be with your family. This is a family card as well. Maybe you need to assess how you view things. The dynamic of your family. I also see when I read this card, in the card you've almost got these different age groups of generations, and in the card these people are coming out of their coffin, and it's like Judgment Day, where they're coming out of their coffin, they're making realizations, they understand the lessons that have been put in their pathway, and they're just in this much more enlightened place in their life. Maybe there will be something that comes to light within that month, within your family dynamic or your relationship, that probably needs to happen. And it's saying have faith. Have faith that things can be turned around. But it needs you to be in a really positive mindset for that to happen. Okay, moving on to May. Page of Swords. Page of Swords, another page. Again, this younger energy or this more naive energy. Maybe this is a person, an air sign again, Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. Maybe this person acts very immature. This immaturity in the way they think or the way they conduct themselves. This also can mean that within a certain scenario that somebody's watching what you do, somebody's paying a lot of attention to who you are and what you're about and what the things that you're saying and the things that you're doing. So, on a positive note with this card as well, these clouds are clearing and there's blue skies coming out, and that feels for me that this person is realising that this more positive outlook of how I say things gets a much better reaction. People are starting to listen to what I say instead of it becoming an aggravation. They're giving me the word aggravation. Have certain energies been winding you up in the past few months? You sometimes, when we're constantly getting wound up, we need to understand that our energy is not grounded. We've not got good vibes within us, and we need to change something in that. So we need to do something about that to change that energy so that we can rework it and move forward in a better direction. There's everything you have here for just becoming very aware, very balanced and moving forward in a great way for you in this year. But it's all about you, how you choose to do that. If you choose to do things in exactly the same way as you always have, you are going to get the same results. Okay, can we have an angel card to tell us about this Page of Swords? Can you reveal something that Taurus needs to know about this Page of Swords? Feels like you're going to be cutting through something in order to gain more clarity. Again, these cards don't want to come out, so you're still slowly letting go of things that you hold on to. Let go of these things that don't serve you, Taurus. Stop the cycle. Okay, can we have an angel card? No, you don't want to give one, so I'm going to cut the deck, so I'm going to choose one. Stillness. Here is where you find your inner truth and potential. Don't know if you meditate or you do anything like that. Maybe you just need to go and find a hobby or something that helps you detach from your working life, your relationships, your family life, just so that you can get outside of your head and feel that sense of joy and peace and calm. I think that's really needed for you, especially for this month of May. It feels like you need to maybe go on a rest or a retreat or take yourself away from some of these heavy energies that you've been experiencing in the coming months. It feels like around this time you're going to have some sort of epiphany as well, where things are just going to make total sense to you. The moment you still your mind, the moment you're able to focus on what's really important. It's like when we turn our computer off at night, you know, it's essential that we do that for that system to work out all that data that's gone on in the day. Otherwise, if we keep these systems on, we just become frazzled and energy just becomes erratic. Okay, so for the month of June, you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like you're being offered something tangible. This is air, earth energy. Again, I've been talking about getting grounded, so you're getting this need to put your feet on the ground and not be head up in the stars, so to speak. But there is a gift there for you in order to do that. Perhaps if you take the advice from May and you calm things down and you take a bit of still time, you will be able to turn this ace around. And when it's turned around, this is a gift. This is a gift of something in reality, something that you really want, something exciting, something worthwhile, something that you want to make happen. Taurus, you're very good at making things happen. You sit in the second house, astrologically speaking, which is about work and money and income. So maybe there's been this opportunity that you just have not been able to see, that wants to work for you and not against you, and you've just decided not to open your eyes. Okay, so you have the angel card of live along with this June card. And this card is saying live every second of every minute and every hour and you'll be happy. So, back to what I said about missing out on this opportunity or this gift or this something based in your life, your home life, your work life. You need to start becoming more present, I would say. Switch the computer off, re-energize your brain and your body and your soul, just so that you're in such a better place so that you can live your life to the full. Have you been looking so far in the future that planning this, planning that, I want to do this, I want to do that, I'm going to make that work, and you've just been holding on to it so tight, Taurus, that there's no room for it to grow? So their message to you for June is, there are things around you, give them room to grow. Let them grow. If you're not able to make the necessary changes, you're going to be stuck waiting for whatever this is. Waiting. None of us like to be in that waiting energy. It's boring. And it's stressful. Yeah, it can be very tired and depletes our energy supply, that sense of waiting. Okay, so we move into July and you have the Six of Swords. More air signs, so more needing to be truthful, more honesty with the self. This feels like, though. This feels like this is, you're not being honest with yourself, but moving forward, you're starting to understand that that's what's required. And as you do, this boat is then moving forward. So it's moving into calmer waters, a place of understanding. Perhaps you're gaining a lot of knowledge in July and it's helping you move forward in some way. With this card, a lot of readers say, and it's very truthful, that these 6 swords are in this little boat, and this energy here is really trying to guide forward and guide you into the right direction. And this person's looking a little bit sad about the tumultuous waters in the background. There's been some heavy stuff. There's been some stormy old behaviour that's gone on. And they've got some sort of hope that they can move forward now. So some energy is broken for you in July and is starting to clear those clouds that I spoke about in May. And as I said, those swords are stuck in that boat. Now, if we were to remove those swords, all of the water would come in and this boat would just completely and utterly submerge into the water, into the depths of that emotional water. And this could be you. So these could be old wounds that you're keeping in there just to keep you afloat. But whatever it is that is doing, it is saying you can keep afloat and you can move forward. You have to believe in yourself and you have to stop looking back. Stop looking at the past. Stop bringing the past up, Taurus. Okay. And I feel like these swords in this boat are where you've been potentially very hard on yourself. Because with that, you've got the tenderness card. Be a little kinder to everybody you see today. Sometimes when we're really upset and we're really hurt, we can take it out on other people as well. So this is asking you not to take your issues out on the people around you that love you. It's asking you to give yourself more love, to work on your self-esteem so that you can have stronger boundaries, so that you can be able to prioritize what's best for you. So you can make discerning decisions about the people and the situations in your life. So I see that as a bit of a turning point for you then. Okay. In August we have the Fool card in reverse. This feels like this isn't a time to take a leap of faith in anything. This isn't a time to blindly run into something new. This is a time for pause, to regroup, and like I said earlier, get your shit together before you're able to be in that lovely energy of the Fool that just takes risks and knows that they're guided to and knows themselves so well that they believe in everything that they do. You're not in that energy quite yet, but we're working towards it. We're getting there. But now is not a time to look at making any big changes, I would say, in August. You need to work on the right mindset before you do that. Yeah, and it feels like your mindset has been a little bit depressed of late. A little bit not as upbeat as you would like it to be. Okay, so you have the Angel card of cheerfulness. The more you're cheerful, the healthier you will be. This is asking for us to really get ourselves into making better choices in our life that are going to be healthy for us. You know, it's good to laugh, it's good to go out. Maybe you need to go out and have a bit of fun with friends or surround yourself by people that love you, people that care for you. It could be a time to look at your health, and that's not to scare you, but just to, maybe you want to look at taking some more exercise. Doing things that are fun though. Maybe I said about hobbies earlier in the year. Maybe it's taking up a new sport or a new challenge or something that is going to be fun, light-hearted. Feels like we need to get a bit more light-hearted. Things have been very serious so far. And that's all within your grasp. All within your grasp. This year feels like a really important year for you in terms of laying groundwork. They're just telling me now, 2023, I know we're jumping in advance, but they're telling me 2023 is going to be such a prosperous and good year for you. But this year is going to be where you lay all of the groundwork. Sixes are about foundations. This is going to be, if you were building a house, you'd want to build this very strong, sturdy foundation so that everything you build on it can last for a very, very long time. And that's what I feel is happening for you. So now we're moving into September and we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. In the upright position, this Seven of Pentacles is watching our money grow, watching things that we are trying to achieve grow. They're becoming fruitful, they're coming to harvest. Again, sevens, this is above a seven. You had the Seven of Wands in reverse as well. So you've got, these cards are sat on top of each other in their monthly positions. So this card of March and September, these sevens want you to have a victory. They want you to glow. You've got also with that the angel card of radiance. The universe is urging you to have this glow up. And I think you're getting there as the year progresses. Each month you're gaining a little bit more experience, a bit more momentum, heading towards this success that I think is going to be ultimately 2023. But it's also, I talked about your message being you reap what you sow, and you've got to plant and sow the right seeds. Well, this Seven of Pentacles, this is a plant and she's trying to grow this. So maybe you're making financial decisions or putting into a plan something that's going to have financial growth for you later on. Something that's going to become very fertile and is going to be really great for you. You might feel like, God, I'm putting all this work in and it's not growing yet, it's not growing, and you're waiting for, you know, these buds to bloom. But that's okay. They're saying just be patient, just be patient. You've got faith here and you've got radiance here. They're asking you to look closely at these habits and the repetitive actions that you've done in the past that you need to release in order to move forward towards this success. And that success is there for you. It's really important that you know that. Don't be disheartened, Taurus. Do not be disheartened. You will reap what you sow, but we need to make sure that we're laying the ground with really good seeds. We're making that earth full of nutrients so that it grows to the best of its ability. So then we go into October and you have the Page of Pentacles in the upright. So this again, this is leading on really nicely from that idea of you understanding things better so that you can move in a much more fortuitous way. So this Page of Pentacles, again, you've got another page. You had the Page of Cups as well. So this is this naive energy. But it might not be that you're naive in your energy. It might be that something you're planting now, something you're starting that you want to be a success in, you're just starting out with the growth. So this first pentacle is a really important pentacle that you lay. It's about first impressions count. And really thinking about what you do before you do it, because whatever you do and whatever decisions you make, they have consequences. And for us to get the best possible outcomes that we can with this earth energy, we want to make sure that we are doing all the essential things, that we are preparing. They're showing me this idea of you doing all the due diligence, all the preparation. Make sure your ducks are in a row, because things are going to start to change, and they're going to start to change in a very good energy for you in the month of October. Okay, angel card for October. Heart. Let your angel heal your heart of all pain today. So I spoke about those pentacles and this younger energy. This could be a younger energy in love for you. You could have fallen in love or met somebody younger than you, or you could be younger than them. Might need to switch that up. And they're really offering you something. I told you about doing this due diligence and this idea of this self-awareness so that you're setting the right boundaries, that you're meeting the right people, that you're not attracting toxicity that I think has happened in your past. I think you have attracted some toxicity, Taurus, and now we want to change that up. We want to leave that behind in that boat that we started to do in July. And we want to move to calmer waters with better energies, stuff that's just in our best interest, so that we can be happy and our hearts can be full and we can share, and that sense of home, that sense of warmth. This feels like this energy could be coming into your space. If you're in a long-term relationship already, it's this planting new behaviours in order to make your heart sing again. Investing in each other. Maybe going back to the start. As I said, Pages is the youngest energy in the court cards. So maybe you need to go back to a time where you just met. Take on those energies. Sometimes we can be in marriages, relationships for lots of years, and there can be traumas and things we haven't really forgiven each other for. This is asking you to try and open your heart. Again, it talks about you hiding things from yourself and from the people you love. Maybe it's time to be open about those traumas and really start to do some healing so that you can move forward in this healthy way again. Moving into November, you have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Now, the Ten of Swords is usually much better in reverse. There's two sets of Ten of Swords with this particular deck, and if this was in the upright, it would be saying stabbed in the back, potential something coming out that's hurtful, more residual pain from the past. But because it's in reverse, and we just spoke about that, opening your heart and doing some healing, in reverse, it's like this person feels like all these old wounds are there, but now they're starting to fall away. Those wounds are starting to fall away from this girl. She's not feeling stabbed anymore because she's opened herself up to some new truth. She's going to allow love in, and that love is going to start to heal her. That can be self-love as well as a relationship. So maybe you're telling yourself much nicer internal messages now. I am successful. I can do well. Life is moving in the right direction. I am able to make change. If I can open my heart and be vulnerable, I can let more in. This is definitely your energy for November. Allowing. Okay. Angel card of Liberty. This is the card of being free. Be free to be who you are. Accept the truth. Don't lie to yourself. Be honest about who you are. Love who you are. We're not perfect, Taurus, and nor should we try to be. We are humans being, and this message is for you. Be free. Be open. Allow yourself to live life and allow yourself to receive. This is a really interesting message. Allow yourself to receive. Because once your heart space becomes fully open, then you truly live in a place of joy. A place of joy, that's what we all want, right? Okay, we're now coming to your last card for December 2022. Queen of Cups in reverse. I spoke in November about you needing to open your heart space back up to let people in. In December, you're considering it. you're starting to do some inner work with yourself. You're starting to maybe focus on what love might look like for you, and starting to think about the sort of love you want to invite into your life. She's in reverse, which tells me she's not in her power yet. He or she, is not gender specific. You're not quite in your power yet of this open heart space, but you're getting there. You're aiming towards that, and you are thinking about offering a cup of love to somebody. So maybe there's somebody that you do care about. This could be your partner. You felt stabbed in the back by previously, and now you've done a lot of healing and you have forgiven. Or this can be a new relationship coming in, and you've maybe been triggered by old patterns. Issues maybe of codependency. They're saying the word love bombing to me as well. I don't know how familiar you are with that, but sometimes when our boundaries aren't strong or our self-esteem isn't quite where it should be, we can attract these codependent relationships, or we can become codependent. And this is this idea of unhealthy balance. And love bombing is when you have an agenda, or you're trying to seek something from another person, so you bombard them with these messages about how much you think of them, how great they are, how wonderful they are. It's like this idea of fakeness, being fake. So if somebody around you is doing that and just bombarding you with, and it's probably making your ego feel quite good, it's just saying be careful, potential underlying agendas. Be aware. If it's not that, it's saying let go of those old patterns so that you can form these better characteristics and more strong ideals, so that you attract those like-minded people. It's asking you to come into alignment with a better quality of relationship than you've attracted in the past. So be careful on your Christmas parties. It's December after all. Be careful who you meet. Be careful what their agenda is, Taurus. Okay, what angel card can you give us? Again, these cards are holding on. They're holding on and not giving me the card. So you're still holding on a little bit to something. Okay. Okay, Spirit. Spiritual wealth is the only kind you need. Sorry, I read that wrong. Spiritual wealth is the only kind of wealth you need. So don't get caught up on your finances. Don't make everything about money. Because, you know, some of the richest people in the world, they have absolutely everything in their life, but they're not happy. So they want you to understand that joy is what you should really be reaching for at this time. And this joy within yourself. This understanding that you are never alone. You always have yourself. You will always have your own back. And you're pretty wonderful, actually. So Spirit want you to know that you're a pretty wonderful person. So, yeah, don't focus on material things. They want you to be happy and start to focus on your heart. And that's a really lovely message for me to leave on. So, like I said earlier, with your reading out of everybody else's, I've got this real feeling that it's going to build up to a crescendo for you. So it's going to get better and better and better as the year goes through. You're going to feel at times that's not the case, but it's going to be the best thing for you. Have a great year, Taurus. Yeah.